Supply chain management, or SCM, involves the planning and execution of processes required to convert raw materials into finished goods, including the procurement of materials, production, fulfillment, and support. The strains on the supply chain are many and, when not properly managed, can cripple a business, leaving it unable to produce goods or fulfill customer orders. Effective supply chain management provides visibility into inventory levels and detects potential disruptions along the supply chain, helping businesses meet demand, fulfill orders at the lowest cost possible, and deliver a positive customer experience.
Welcome to the Operations Insights.
I am Cyril Cuerda.
I am Lizal G. Zerna.
Rachel Ann Bibulhating.
I am Charlene Gito.
And we are your hosts for today's podcast. We are thrilled to have you join us today as we dive into the essentials of supply chain management. This topic is crucial for anyone looking to understand how products move from conception to consumer.
To help us unpack this complex yet fascinating subject, we have a special guest with us, a seasoned expert in supply chain management with years of hands-on experience, helping businesses streamline their operations and enhance efficiency.
Get ready for some valuable insights and practical tips.
It is our distinct honor to introduce to you today a distinguished individual whose dedication to both education and hospitality industry has been exemplary. He has an impressive academic journey that began with a solid foundation in information communication technology at St. Joseph College Incorporated, where he studied from 2010 to 2012. He pursued a Bachelor of Science in Hotel and Restaurant Management at DCIT Incorporated and graduated in 2020, followed by a professional education course at the same institution in 2022. Demonstrating an ongoing commitment to his professional development, our resource speaker also completed the Trainer's Methodology 1 and Front Office Qualification programs, as well as a special program for hospitality management at AMA University in 2022.
In addition to his academic credentials, he holds a master's in business administration, reflecting his broad expertise and leadership in the field. Beyond his academic achievements, our resource speaker also is a licensed professional teacher, which speaks to his deep passion for education and mentoring the next generation of hospitality professionals. Demonstrating his commitment to community service, professional development, and leadership, he also served as the Rotaract Advisor for Rotaract Dipolog, as well as the Rotaract District 3850 Professional Development Officer and Vice President of JT-HMAP Western Mindanao Region.
In terms of industry experience, he has a wealth of practical knowledge, having worked as a roving supervisor at MGM Square from 2015 to 2018 and as a front office supervisor at Mission Day Hotel. These roles allowed him to hone his skills in hospitality management and operations, providing a well-rounded perspective that he now brings to his academic and leadership roles at DCIT Incorporated and the community. With such a diverse and accomplished background, our resource speaker brings a wealth of experience, knowledge, and passion to both the academic and professional worlds. We are truly fortunate to have him here with us today. Please join us in welcoming the College Dean of Hospitality Management at DCIT Incorporated, let us give a resounding applause to Dean J. Chris P. Alpante, LPT, SPHM, MBA. Welcome to the show, Dean.
All right, so thank you so much for having me. I'm so blessed and honored to discuss something about supply chain.
So let's kick things off by discussing the fundamentals. So, how would you define supply chain management in today's context?
So actually, that's a fantastic starting point. So supply chain management is essentially the backbone of business that produces or sells goods. It involves the strategic oversight of the entire flow of goods and services, starting from the initial sourcing of raw materials all the way to the delivery of the final product to customers. So what makes it particularly fascinating is that it encompasses a variety of interconnected processes. This will include manufacturing, logistics, inventory management, and even handling returns. So each component plays a critical role in ensuring the products are delivered efficiently and meet the quality standards. So ultimately impacting customer satisfactions and of course the bottom line.
So it's not about just moving products. It is also about creating a seamless process that adds value at every stage, right?
Exactly. So the goal is to create a cohesive and responsive supply chain management that can adapt to market demands while minimizing cost and maximizing efficiency.
That's a great overview, Dindri Chris. And can you break down the key components of supply chain management for our dear listeners? And I think it would really help them grasp how each piece fits into all overall puzzle.
Absolutely. So let's dive into the main components of each plays a vital role in ensuring an efficient supply chain. So actually there are 5. So first we have the planning, sourcing, manufacturing, logistics, and retail management. So let's discuss this one by one. So planning, this is the foundation of effective supply chain management. So it will involve forecasting demand based on the market trends and customers' behavior. So allowing businesses to create a strategic plan that aligns resources and activities to meet the demand efficiently. So while sourcing, this component is about finding the right suppliers and negotiating favorable contracts. It's also crucial to establish strong relationship and ensure that the suppliers meet quality standards that can deliver the materials on time. So actually you are going to have a relationship between your suppliers, a very good relationship in order for you to produce a quality standards products. Then we have here the manufacturing. This is where the magic happens actually. This is where the magic happens. So raw materials transform into finished products, like for example, furnitures from wood into salad sets, just like that. So efficiently and paramount in this space is manufacturers need to optimize processes to reduce waste and improve productivity while maintaining high quality. Then the logistics, it talks about logistics. This encompasses the transportation and the storage of goods. So it is about making sure that the products are delivered to the right place at the right time. So this includes managing shipping routes, warehousing, and of course the inventory levels to prevent bottlenecks. Then the return management, also known as the reverse logistics. This component deals with handling returns and processing defective products. So it's essential for maintaining customer satisfaction and minimizing losses. And effective return management can turn a potential setbacks into opportunity for improvement or an innovation. So from if the customers or the consumers will return your products, so after returning the products, so you are going to find something, or you are going to find a way to innovate the products in order for you to have a zero losses of your, so that you can have a return of investments. So that's it.
That's a comprehensive breakdown. Understanding these components really highlights how interconnected each part of the supply chain is.
Dean J. Chris, let's talk about the importance of supply chain management. Why is supply chain management so vital for businesses today? What makes it stand out in the broader business landscape?
Great question. So actually, supply chain is absolutely critical because it's directly influences the company's bottom line and of course the overall success. So efficient supply chain can significantly reduce operational costs, which is essential for maintaining profitability. So moreover, they play a crucial role in enhancing customer satisfaction. So when products are delivered on time and in good condition, so customers are more likely to remain loyal to a brand. So in the era where customers expect rapid delivery and high quality, so products, a responsive supply chain can make all the difference. So additionally, an effective supply chain management enables business to quickly adapt market changes and of course the unforeseen disruptions. So whether it's shifting consumer demands, new regulations or global events, or even companies with agile supply chain can pivot more easily, giving them a competitive edge. So actually in today's fast-paced and highly competitive environment, so a well-managed supply chain isn't just a support function. So it's a key differentiator that can determine a company's ability to thrive and grow.
That's a compelling perspective. It really underscores the strategic importance of supply chain management in driving not just efficiency, but also business resilience.
What are some common challenges that organizations face in supply chain management? I imagine there are quite few hurdles out there.
Actually, you're absolutely right. So there are several significant challenges. First and foremost is the supply chain disruptions can have a major impact on the entire operations of the company or a business. So events like natural disasters, pandemics, or the geopolitical issues can disrupt the flow of goods. So causing delays and increasing costs, companies must be prepared to respond quickly to the unexpected change. So another challenge is the complexity of global supply chain. So as the business expand their operation internationally, so managing logistics become more complicated. So this complexity can make it difficult to maintain visibility and control over the entire supply chain. So without a clear insights, so it's challenges to identify the bottlenecks or the inefficiencies. And then finally, cost fluctuations in raw materials and transportations can squeeze the profit margins. So prices for essential components can vary due to the market conditions. And also the rising fuel costs can affect shipping expenses. Companies need to navigate these fluctuations carefully to protect their bottom line.
Well, those sounds like significant hurdles. Now, it really highlights the need for strong strategies and adaptive management in supply chain operations.
What best practices would you recommend for businesses looking to improve their supply chain management? I'm sure our listeners would appreciate some actionable insights.
Go.
Certainly, so here are the few key practices that can make a significant difference. So there are four actually based on the supply chain management. So first, we have to invest in technology. Second, build strong relationships. Third, emphasize flexibility. And last is focus on sustainability. So let's discuss this one by one according to our topic. So why we are going to invest in technology. So in this generation, so embracing technology is very essential. So utilizing advanced inventory management and tracking software can greatly enhance efficiency and visibility throughout supply chain. So tools like real-time data analytics can help business make informed decisions and optimize their operations. Then second, build strong relationships. So why we need to build strong relationships between our consumers and of course our suppliers? Or shall we say, collaboration is always the key. So cultivating relationships with suppliers and partners can create a resilient network. So regular communications can trust to lead a better coordinations faster response time, and shared innovations. Then we have here emphasize in flexibility. So in today's rapidly changing market, flexibility is very crucial. So business should be ready to adapt fluctuations in demand and unexpected market conditions. So developing a flexible supply chain strategy, it allows the company to pivot quickly when needed. And also it minimizing disruptions. Then last, we have focus on sustainability. So at these generations, by implementing eco-friendly practices is not just good for the planet, it also enhances your brand reputations. So consumer increasingly favor companies that prioritize of sustainability. So practice like reducing wastes, optimizing resource use, and ethical sourcing can differentiate your brand in the crowded market. Like for example, switching from using of plastic bags into eco bags. That's it.
Those are excellent tips. They really highlight the importance of a proactive approach to supply chain management. It's evident that companies must be both strategic and adaptable to succeed in today's dynamic environment.
It is clear that supply chain management is a vital component of any successful business strategy.
It not only drives efficiency and cost effectiveness but also enhances customer satisfaction and adaptability in a rapidly changing market.
Well, thank you, Dean J. Chris, for sharing your valuable insights and expertise with us today.
Alright, so thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure to discuss this important topics, which is the supply chain management to your podcasts. So also, I would like to say thank you also to your audiences. And I hope, though we have a short time, I hope you have something or you learned something from me. That's all. Thank you and mabuhay, salamat.
And a big thank you to our listeners for tuning in Operations Insights.
If you found this episode helpful, please take a moment to subscribe and leave us a review.
Your feedback helps us bring more insightful content to you.
Join us next time as we explore more strategies and insights in the fascinating world of operations management.
So until next time, keep optimizing your operations and driving success in your business. Please watch this video.
What is a supply chain? A supply chain is a global network used to deliver products and services, from raw materials to end customers, through an engineered flow of information, physical distribution, and cash. Basic supply chain for a product. The below figure illustrates a very basic supply chain with 3 entities, a producer with 1 supplier and 1 customer. 4 basic flows that connect the supply chain entities together are as follows. Flow of physical materials and services from suppliers to the end customer. Flow of cash from the customer to the raw materials supplier. Flow of information back and forth along the chain. And reverse flow of product returned. A basic supply chain in this figure is made up of these entities. Seller is a supplier who provides goods and services, or a person or organization with whom the buyer does business. Their generic term in marketplace is seller. Supplier provides materials, energy, services, or components for a product or service, such as plastic, fabric, electric wiring, or aircraft. A producer is the one who receives components from the seller to produce a finished good or service, such as shirts from fabric, crockery from plastic, power from electric wiring, or provides transportation through aircraft. The customer is the one who receives the finished product. That is the one who wears those shirts, uses the crockery, turns on the lights, or flies in an aeroplane. Strategies. There are 3 types of supply chain strategies: stable, reactive, and efficient reactive. Stable supply chain strategy is appropriate for chains that are focused on execution, efficiencies, and cost performance. They use simple connectivity technologies and have little need for real-time information. For example, table salt manufacturer uses scale production and dedicated capital assets. Reactive supply chain strategy works well when the chain acts to fulfill demand from trade partners. For example, manufacturer of sports team apparel for fans. When a team makes it to the next round, more products are needed. However, for the losing team, demand virtually disappears. Efficient reactive supply chain strategy focuses on the efficiency and cost management on the total delivered cost of finished goods. For example, in supermarket chains, distribution centers, logistics providers, and manufacturers cooperate to replace the goods sold in the shops within less than 24 hours. Flows in supply chains. There are 4 flows in supply chains. Information flow includes invoices, sales literature, specifications, receipts, orders, and rules and regulations. Primary cash flow includes payments of products and supplies. Primary product flow includes materials, components, supplies, services, and finished products. Reverse product flow includes returns for repair, replacements, recycling, and disposals. Supply chain example. Consider a supply chain model of a bakery who sells a variety of cakes, and this baker is one end of a supply chain. In this case, a supplier is a wholesale food distributor that provides ingredients such as flour, cream, and sugar. The bakery is the producer who turns those ingredients into a variety of cakes. The bakery is operated by an owner who is the retailer and who sells these cakes to the customer. Supply chain in manufacturing. Consider a complex manufacturing supply chain model that appears in corporate supply chains. In this model, you will notice the second tier of suppliers and more distribution centers and customers. These suppliers supply materials as well as services. You put the manufacturing at the center and suppliers of components to the immediate left. The Tier 1 suppliers have their own suppliers in Tier 2. For example, Tier 1 supplier might be a wholesale food distributor that purchases flour from its own supplier. This supply chain for flour starts from farmer's wheat field, which is supplied to the food distributor, processed in a plant, shipped to wholesalers, and distributed to the stores. No matter how far you travel toward the left, you will never run out of new tiers of suppliers. Primary product flows from left to right, and primary cash flows from right to left. Supply chain in services. Initially, the supply chain model was developed for manufacturing, but service industry has supply chains too. A few examples of services industries are electricity provider, legal advisor, real estate, construction, software house, and even federal government. In its broadest sense, service industries include all organizations except farming, mining, and manufacturing. Below exhibit illustrates the supply chain of an electric utility. It receives products, services, and supplies, and dispenses its services to home customers, commercial customers, and to other utilities. Firms generally pursue one of the 2 types of supply chain management: vertical integration and lateral or horizontal integration. Vertical supply chain management. It is an arrangement in which the supply chain of a company is owned by that company. Usually each member of the supply chain produces a different product or market-specific service, and the products combine to satisfy a common need. This structure still persists in some companies. Vertical integration enterprise may grow from an entrepreneurial base by adding departments and layers of management, or through mergers and acquisitions. For example, in an attempt to create a self-sufficient enterprise, Ford owned iron ore mines, steel mills, a fleet of ships, manufacturing plants, and showrooms that built and distributed the Ford cars. Horizontal integration. It is an expanding of a business by acquiring a similar company in the same industry. It is contrasted with vertical integration, where a company produces different items which are related to one product. A company may do this via internal expansion, acquisition, or merger. The process can lead to monopoly if a company captures the vast majority of the market for that good or service. For example, a company that manufactures shampoo may add other brands to appeal to a wider customer base. Benefits of vertical integration. Its primary benefit is control. No dependency for components or services. Operations can be synchronized with other company functions. Benefits of lateral integration. They achieve economies of scale and scope. They focus entirely on particular business, so develop more expertise, and they know their market well. Differences between vertical and lateral integration. When a company wishes to grow through a vertical integration, it is seeking to strengthen its supply chain, reduce its production costs, capture upstream or downstream profits, or access downstream distribution channels. However, when a company wishes to grow through a horizontal integration, it is seeking to increase its size, diversify its product or service, achieve economies of scale, reduce competition, or gain access to new customers of the same market. Stages of supply chain management evolution. The advances in supply chain management are reflected in each supply chain's development. There are typically 4 or 5 sequential stages globally and within organizations. Starting from stage 0 to 4, they are stable, multiple dysfunction, semi-functional enterprise, integrated enterprise, and extended enterprise. Every organization falls somewhere within these 5 stages. Some companies sheltered from changes, so they are less advanced. Some took advantages of changes. And some organizations believe that they are in the most advanced stage. Step 1. Multiple dysfunction. The nucleus organization lacks internal definition and goals. There are no external connections other than a few transactional links. Below exhibit illustrates the lack of coordinated flows of information or solid relationships among potential partners. Such organizations have unplanned activities, more threats, less forecasting, demand and supply issues, and poor payment flows. Stage 2. Semi-functional enterprise. At this stage, nucleus organization begins to improve effectiveness, efficiency, and quality within functional areas. As explained in a below exhibit, information flow has been improved and functional areas have been defined. However, departments perform their functions one after the other. There is no collaboration between various departments, and no partnership formed with customers and suppliers. Stage 3. Integrated enterprise. These organizations are fully integrated between departments using enterprise resource planning or ERP. This is a prelude to end-to-end supply chain management, as explained in below exhibit. Individual firm begins to focus on business processes rather than compartmentalized functions. Corporate wall links supply chain partners together. Stage 4. Extended enterprise. The firm integrates its internal network with the internal networks of supply chain partners in order to improve efficiencies, product or service quality, or both. Exhibit shows the advancements. This structure allows complete sharing of information across integrated networks, and team building and planning across corporate boundaries. What is supply chain management? It is the management of the flow of goods and services. It includes the movement and storage of raw materials, work-in-process inventory, and finished goods from point of origin to point of consumption. Every product that reaches an end user represents the cumulative effort of multiple organizations. Some organizations have only paid attention to what was happening within their 4 walls, while some did not. But the entire chain of activities ultimately delivered products to the final customer. The result was disjointed and often ineffective supply chain.